Quazi here, and today I want to share with you this beautiful view and also talk to you about how to choose your own goals. Now, many people find a struggle with this, and me personally, I find a lot of struggle with choosing my own goals because I find that whenever I choose a goal, I don't end up sticking to it. So what happens is I choose a goal and then I end up getting feeling down about it, or not being able to live through that goal and not being able to take appropriate action to achieve that goal. And this happens because sometimes we're not choosing the right goals for us. And in this video, I want to talk to you about how to choose the right goals for you and to not live someone else's goals. Before I begin, I want to talk to you about how to actually identify which goals are right for you and how to know which goals are wrong for you. So, if you want to find out a goal that's not right for you, you're going to know it instantly because of the feelings that you get as you think about that goal. So, there is this thing called societal conditioning. So, social conditioning conditions us in such a way that we are programmed to believe certain things and to pursue certain other things. For most of the part, social conditioning is good for us because it helps us not to rob banks and not to commit crimes and kill people, and to generally set a law that people live and abide by and live peacefully through. But then there are these other times that social conditioning really cripples us in such a way that we are unable to break free from the herd mentality. It is my deepest wish for all of us to achieve the things that are meant for us and that our soul or our heart wants us to achieve. When social conditioning sets us goals that we think we want to pursue, what happens is we feel resistance. So there's always going to be a part of you that's going to feel resistance as you pursue these goals. So this may be a goal of making lots of money, or getting the job that you think you wanted, or settling down with a family, or something of the sort, something that societal conditioning convinces you to believe. So let's say your goal is to make a lot of money. I want to ask you if you really do want to make a lot of money, or do you want the things that money can buy? So a lot of the times we're always getting lost on the paper value of money, but we're not able to understand what the value of money actually is and what the things that we want and the things that we can buy with money are. Because money brings about the things that we actually want. And those things may be traveling, freedom. Freedom is the ultimate goal for most people, and that's why we always pursue money, because we want to do the things that we want to do and not the things that other people tell us we need to do. And that's why most people don't really want to work 9-to-5 jobs, or maybe you do. But what I ask you to do is to actually go deep into yourself and try to feel whether or not the goal is right for you. So there are two factors at play here. There is the mind and the heart. If you set a goal for yourself, you use your mind to set the goal. The mind basically helps us in intellectualizing the things and actually understanding how the world works through an intellectual level. But there is a deeper intelligence at play, and there is a central intelligence, which I actually believe to be very true. So this central intelligence is something that is beyond the intellect, and it is the deepest place where all of our profound creativity comes from. It's the place where creativity comes from. It's the place where music comes from. A place where you get the eureka moment in your mind. So that's the spiritual plane that everyone always talks about. Now, there is the mind and the heart. The heart is the thing that's connected to this spiritual plane. If we want to make use of the heart, we must first understand how it actually feels. So whenever you think of a goal that you set for yourself, like making a lot of money, I want you to go deep inside and actually feel. So what do you feel when you set yourself the goal of making a certain amount of money? Is there a feeling of resistance? So do you feel like, oh, this is not really what I want? Because you won't really intellectualize it, because your mind will always be fighting with your heart. And the goal of really spiritual practice is to unlock the central intelligence that we're all connected to, the oneness, so to speak. And if we want to connect to this oneness, we must find what we are spiritually, or our soul really wants to do. If you want to set a goal for yourself, I first ask you to actually go into feeling it. So if you set yourself a goal to make a lot of money, how do you feel about making the money? Is it the money you really want, or is it something else that you want? And one way to find out what you feel is to do an exercise called the 7 levels of why. And this is an important exercise that I learned from Dean Graziosi in his book Millionaire Success Habits. And in it he talks about going into 7 deep layers of asking, why do you want to do this? So what happens is you ask yourself why you are watching this video in the first place. So why are you watching this video in the first place? And then you go into answering that question. So you say, I watched this video because I want to learn, or I'm bored, something like that. And then you ask yourself why you're bored, or why you want to learn. And then you'll get into deeper and deeper layers. And what happens is, for me what happened was, I was talking to my friend and he taught me this exercise. And what he taught me was, once you start asking why, you'll see that you'll switch from your mind to your heart. So you'll go from your intellect to intellectually answering the questions, to getting deeper down into what actually drives you. So the emotions that are driving you, so to speak. Now emotions, as we know, are more powerful than rational explanations to answers, because emotions help to know what's really driving you. So going back to finding out whether or not a goal is right for you, you'll know that a goal is wrong for you once you think about it. So let's say, going back to the example of making a lot of money, if you say to yourself, I want to make $1 billion, and if you intellectually think that and set that as a goal for yourself, you'll see that the goal won't be right for you if you feel resistance about it. You may think you want it, but deep down inside your heart doesn't want it. So then that goal isn't right for you. And those goals are the ones we term to be foreign goals. Those are the goals set by social conditioning that everyone aspires to achieve. It's something that's glamorous and put into the spotlight to guide people into line, to working 9-to-5 jobs, or whatever it is that the societal pendulum. There is this idea of a pendulum where collective energies come together and they vibrate at the same frequency. And this is the reason why people live in the so-called herd mentality, because a lot of people come together in this social conditioning and they live through the herd mentality, and their energies collectively come together and function in this pendulum. Now, a pendulum will always highlight you if you break free from the herd and set your own pendulums. So you're basically giving the pendulum no choice but to make you its own pendulum. And then you'll see that you become the trendsetter because you're going your own way. And this is basically what your heart wants you to do as well. It wants you to go your own way and to choose your own goals. And your own goal is the one set by your heart. Whatever your heart agrees is the right goal for you, it'll allow the world to make that goal easy to achieve. So to recap, if you really want to find out whether or not a goal is right for you, then your mind and your heart has to come together in it. So whenever you set yourself a goal with your mind, your heart must agree with it. And you'll know your heart agrees with it when you just feel inspired to do it, and whenever you're taking action towards getting to your goal, you don't feel any sort of resistance and everything almost falls into place. And I'm not talking about falling into place as though everything's going to be easy, because nothing's ever easy and everyone's always subject to misfortune and failure, because failure is the stepping stone to success. And by resistance, I'm not talking about fear, because there will always be fear and you'll always misinterpret excitement as fear. So reframing those fears into excitement, and that nervousness that you initially feel into excitement when you're on the path to achieving your goals, is going to be so critical and so key that it's going to make the difference. So the best thing to do when choosing your goal is to consult with your heart and see how you feel. Just go inside and see how you feel about your goals. Is this the thing you really want? Are you inspired to do it? Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it helped. And always remember that whenever your heart and your mind come together, that's when true harmony occurs. And that's when anything in life, any decision that you make or any goal that you're going to pursue is actually right for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I've also recently made a Facebook group for people who come collectively together in order to achieve their goals and use the collective energy to achieve their goals. And it's in the description below. Thanks for watching. Until next time.